Errol McGlashan, aka Uncle Errol, performance poet. All around me are dedicated writers. They live for those literary moments. Me, I'm a dedicated fighter, and words have always been my opponent from the very first moment. Look, in the beginning was the word, and the word had flow, knew where it had to go, guided by a primary impulse, along the path of least resistance, on a mission to illuminate the crown. It was these words that carried light at the speed of sound. And these words, when narrated, vibrated, and the people who heard them elated, delighted. You know you can't fight it when these words hit the center and your soul gets excited when you gasp in the dark and you grasp where the light is. Magical symbols and metaphors, opening subconscious doors. Sages from across the ages carved these words onto cave walls and then scribed onto scrolls by ancient scholars and bards telling stories of stars. It was these words that kept us connected with that from which we are carved. But instead of travelling direct as you'd expect, these words got intercepted by the intellect, got taken out of context and attached to a false pretext, and analysed and summarised into grotesque muted versions of their original self. These words stripped of their wealth and worked into lessons they lie about blessings. In the beginning were these flaky white scratch words, scraped, screeching in protest onto blackboards. Not that I ever took any notice, see. Pedagogy got groggy, fell asleep, I was that bored. Teacher talk time, teacher chalk time, my fall asleep time to dream up rhymes. Now, I've been doing this for a couple of years now, and I'm aware that there are some poets they avoid using rhyme. I'm aware of this fact. The question remains though, why the fuck do they do that? In the beginning was Dr. Zeus. He put to use a rhyme and repetition ruse that first triggered the juice that whetted the appetite that I now constantly fight to satisfy. Because now it's down to me to get the right words in the right freaking order. In the beginning was the word that cried to be heard, yet for nearly 50 years I've been resisting these words, but they never gave up, they kept insisting these words. So now it's down to me to get the right words in the right freaking order. If I'm to get out these words that are thinking around in my head, there's no way around it. I've got to keep on inking and laying down lead till I can recite these words that will bring a joy that these words will never explain. So, if you find yourself at a loss for words, well, there's these words that will offer direction. Make a selection and don't watch your saliva. You ain't going to drown because these words will revive you. Now, I know these words ain't the most elegant. If eloquence is a flight of a swan, I'm more your freaking elephant. But you know what? I wrote these words, and I hope some of these words hit the spot. If not, I'm fucked, because these words are all I got. Well, these words and the friends I share them with, because you're the pith, the core of my existence. So these words may need a little assistance not to get caught up on the weeds and the rocks, the communication that blocks the whys and the whats. With a little paddle on your part, these words can hit the mark. See, these words are not aiming for the head, these words are for the heart. And I know they're not perfect, but at least they're a start.